Hello, hello! Welcome back to the adventures of Xpsupernova, and today I'm going to be working on a railroad, which is pretty awesome, actually. Because that's what you guys wanted to see according to my latest poll, which got 2 votes, and 100% of them went towards the railroad. That's kind of understandable, as my most successful video so far has 300 views! Woo! And it's all about me riding the Great Railroad, which is what I've named it as of now. But I don't think this railroad is great enough, right, guys? I mean, all it does is go through the overworld. So today, I'm going to make it go through the Nether. But before we can do that, I actually do need to make myself a Nether portal here because, believe it or not, I don't have a Nether portal at all. Which, that's kind of sad, unfortunately. Oh yeah, I suppose I've also said that I'm going to be making myself the beacon max by this episode, which I suppose that's something I'm also going to get into. So that might take a little while, but it shouldn't be that hard in the end, hopefully. But, still, mining is something we'll have to do for it, but I know just the way we're going to get the resources. Oh yeah, and why make a pathetic iron beacon when I can make a gold beacon? Yes, you heard that right. I'm making a full gold beacon. Without a gold farm, by the way. We're going to use the Badlands, because why not extract all the natural resources within a 20-kilometer radius to make ourselves a beautiful, beautiful beacon. Oh yeah, wait, or mile radius, I suppose, since I'm American. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But extract all those resources anyways. I just kind of am random. Also, there's a micro deep dark right down here, which, if you had a streaker, we could use that to our advantage, definitely. But that's going to be a little bit hard now, isn't it? If there's no streaker. Because I want to make a warden-powered mob farm, just for the heck of it, because I don't think that's really been done before on Bedrock. It probably has been, but people don't ever use the Johnny Vindicator, and that's even, like, more obscure. So, but it's awesome, like, a Johnny Vindicator is strong, but a warden? Put it in a box, have the mobs move through water, those mobs are gonna die. Woo, we got our awesome pickaxe back. It's exactly the same, except this time at full durability instead of being almost broken. But you know what we're gonna do with this awesome sauce pickaxe? We're gonna mine a bunch of iron, because, well, I need a bunch of iron if I make railways in the future, because you guys seem to really like that. Let's get working now on this now, shall we? It's time to mine a ton of iron for our railroads. I'm gonna need gold for it too, so I suppose I'm gonna do that too. Don't worry, the portal will come soon. And so will the rails. But we have to get the main base work done first. So let's go do that now, shall we? You know, surprisingly on this channel, I haven't actually gone after netherite that often. Which is kind of weird because, I mean, normally that's a big goal for a lot of people. For me though, I really don't care that much about getting netherite. It's not that useful usually. I mean, it just gives a small durability boost in my eyes, and like for armor, just a small bit of knockback reduction, and that's actually pretty much it, honestly. I mean, supposedly a pickaxe does get 9 times multiplier to digging stuff instead of 8, but that doesn't really change enough for me to care, especially for the difficulty to get netherite. It's also becoming more difficult later in the future, and I want to see how to get it the difficult way, I suppose, because I'm lazy. And boy oh boy, does that involve going into bastions, and I love raiding bastions. Alright, this is a railroad tale that I'm going to tell you. As we're heading towards Old Home, that's what I'm going to call it now, until I can give it a proper name. As we're heading towards Old Home, my old house, I'm going to tell you a tale on this railroad, I suppose. So back in the early beginning days of this world, me and my brother were playing on it. He was going to be like a first special guest of a kind for the world. And probably wasn't going to come in any more often. There's actually 2 episodes planned with him, but like they didn't end up working out very well. But essentially, what me and my brother went and did was go down into a cave and found a lava aquifer. And so then I decided, you know what? Why don't we make a nether portal and go into the nether? So we did that. We ended up in a cave, just like in our other one. And then, after that, we found a bastion. And I actually did have, like, okay stuff on me, but not really. And yeah, I ended up getting diamond pants from that exchange, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, a piglin brute comes in, and I'm like, oh crap, what do I do? So naturally I had a shield. And if you don't know, Bedrock used to not have axes break shields, and I forgot about that completely while doing it. So I'm like, shield! I was gonna attack him, but then all of a sudden I'm shield breaks. I'm like, oh crap, right, that happened. And then I died. And so I tried to get my stuff back like 4 or 5 different times, and I failed. And so that was awesome. And then I decided to go on a long, nomad journey until I found a place I wanted to go home. Which is Old Home, as I call it now. So I can give it a, again, proper name. I don't know what I should call it though. I'm just gonna call it Old Home. Or Mountain House. Old Home sounds cool, honestly. Yeah. As we're heading to Old Home for bunches of iron, I will be... I told you that tale, I suppose, so there we go. And that is pretty awesome. I'm glad I left this place, but man, are the views awesome here. You know? Alright, now it's time for me to go mine a bunch of iron for the railroad, and I will be back. Don't worry, this is not going to be a rehash of the Great Railroad Project. I'm going to do some other things as well. If you haven't checked out my videos, my posts yet, you should probably go check those out. You can vote on what happens in the next episode, or maybe even more. I don't make posts super often, but when I do, you should vote quickly, because I'm usually on to the next episode by the time I finish this first one, or taking just a small mini break before I do so. If you were looking for extremely bad jokes told by someone who has no storytelling experience whatsoever, then you've come to the wrong place, because I have at least one storytelling skill, and that's making a story, even if it's a bad one, honestly. But here on YouTube, that doesn't cut it, so instead, I'm actually a good one, totally. Trust me on this one. I mean, how could this face be lying to you? I mean, it's smiling, as always. Actually, this makes it more untrustworthy, honestly. I mean, would you trust a face that's always smiling like this all the time? I don't know if I would. That's for sure. But yo, I have a sudden boost to my motivation, and that's awesome. Feels great. Woo! Let's go play some Minecraft now, my friends, now, shall we? Woo! Probably because I drank coffee. And coffee is awesome. Ooh. Let's take down this iron ore vein now, shall we? Woo! This is awesome. I'm getting tons of iron. And iron farms kind of just don't work that well in Bedrock Edition. So you know what? I'm going to hashtag save the villagers. You know? Because my villagers deserve better. I mean, how long have we treated the villagers like garbage when all they wanted to do was trade with us and help us get good deals and armor? Too long have we done this, so today, I change that. My villagers will each have their own nice little place to live. Admittedly, it'll be more like apartments, but hey, apartments are better than, you know, living in cells all the time. Each apartment will be kind of nice looking, and they'll be in my base. They won't be scattered around, they'll still be in this general place, so that way it's not too hard to get to them. But it will be nice for them. And see, for my rewards, I get some diamonds, and this time I'm not going to throw them in lava. Ooh. See, this is what you get if you do that. You get diamonds. And how many did I get from this? Ooh. Let's see. Woo. Do I get a block from this automatically? Nope, not quite, but kind of close. Alright, there is one last thing I do need to do, though, and this smelter is just not going to cut it. So, what better way to use all this iron that I've gotten to make myself a super smelter? Woo! And I suppose the super smelter is not going to be that big for the most part. It'll be because I don't really need one that's gigantic, like, that fills up this entire room. Like, this room's going to be pretty small compared to the room I made right here. But it's still going to have a decent size, and we're getting kind of close to finishing this up now, so time to mine. Heyo, Xpsupernova from the future here, but if you're enjoying this video so far, consider leaving a like or maybe even subscribing, as it helps out the channel quite a bit. And also, be sure to check out my other videos, they're pretty cool as well. Alright, now we got that all mined up, which is pretty awesome. So now, we have to start setting it up, which we do have plenty of resources to get that done. Or at least I'd hope so, after all that mining. Alrighty, now the top of the beacon is made out of full diamond blocks, which, honestly, eventually this beacon's going to be fully made out of diamond blocks. Yes, you heard that right. I have the plan to make a full diamond beacon, and that's going to be absolutely awesome. But before we can do that, we do need to make ourselves more gold on it, I suppose. And we need to add more to it, because that's going to be pretty important in the end. Let's get this super smelter finished up really quick, and I will get straight into making the nether portal and the nether railroad, all the way to the mangrove swamp. Alright, the bottom is done. Now let's get to the top part. And woo, the super smelter's done. Minus just one small little detail. And voila! Now it's all functional. So if I want to, like, this is the fuel center, so if I want to have some fuel, I'll go right down here. I'll have it stop right there. And then I'll put my fuel inside. And it will all get split up really nicely. But we're going to need to get a whole lot more fuel now because I'm actually completely out of coal because I traded it all with villagers. So we're going to need to go grab. But with a lot of iron, but with a lot of furnaces, comes a whole lot of coal. Let's go. That didn't take too long. That just took a whole day-night cycle to get all of this. And now it's off. Woo! Now let's get all the iron in now, shall we? Alrighty. Woo! We've gotten this all ready to set up, and now we can have all of this iron smelted and put right into this little chest right here. Now look at all that iron. And that's a really good amount, so that'll be perfect for the rails we're going to need to be making too. Woo! I don't think it's going to be too long of a rail system for the Nether, but we'll have to find out now, shall we? So let's get to building the Nether portal now. Alright, we have the Nether portal complete, and I just made it a pretty simple design, honestly. 3x3, and then if we go on the outside, it's got a kind of weird design, but I kind of like it, honestly. So, now that we have this, let's get started on the Nether Railroad project. Alright, so let's get this project on the road. I started a little bit of it, but not a whole lot. So, let's get this place all dug out and get it ready to head to the mangrove swamp, I suppose. I know this might be a little bit late, but I did die to that lava. Luckily, nothing at all burned, which is awesome. So let's finish this montage up now, shall we? Alrighty, we got this railroad done, and isn't that pretty nice? I'm gonna get the portal in probably next episode since I have to get the beacon done, hopefully, because I did say I would do that now, wouldn't I? So let's get that beacon finished up by doing an epic mining montage. This time an actual montage, not just a speed up. So let's get this straight down, shall we? To Xpsupernova's Silent Mining Montage! Or SMM for short, I suppose. Woo, we got the beacon done. Let's go. I do need to get myself armor, as you can see. Like, I'm just kind of wearing random armor I found from zombies that dropped in the caves. But that's kind of just how it is at the moment, because I did lose it in the last episode with the Wither fight. Which, if you haven't seen that yet, there's a little bit of a link up in the top right corner, I suppose, that you can check out the video. Let me just tell you, though, it did not go well. But anyways, there's one last little rail contraption I want to make in this video, and that's an auto collection system for this wheat farm. which shouldn't be too complicated, but will take just a little bit of time. So let's get this done in a time lapse. Oh, it's called a time lapse! That's what my montages are called. Oh my gosh. I finally found out the name. So from now on, montages are going to be actual montages, and time lapses are going to be time lapses. So this is a huge discovery for me. So let's go. Also, as you can see, I finally got the gold block in there, and I still have some gold blocks left over for decoration later. And on a unrelated side note, I think I'm going to put a giant pig head there to commemorate Snouts the Third, who still lives in a pit. But one day he will live inside of here. See, I got the Beaconator achievement, which, that's awesome. The Beaconator is a pretty difficult achievement. Probably the most difficult achievement in the game after Master Trader, honestly. But yeah, now we have regeneration, so I don't have to eat food, like, at all, basically. I suppose we do need to get this all ready and done, so let's get this collection system underway now, shall we? It's looking good so far. I mean, as you can see, it's traveling pretty okay. And it's not getting interrupted by the cats, which is awesome. Get some of the stuff inside of it. And let's keep on finishing this up, I suppose. Pretty simple, but there'll be an unloader over here, but I kind of forget how to build an unloader, but I think I can figure it out. It shouldn't be that complicated. It just involves a comparator and a hopper and stuff. Shouldn't be that difficult, but we'll have to see, I suppose. Woo, I finally finished the minecart thing, and I got the unloader done. I had to kind of look one up, but that was because minecarts were being kind of funky, honestly, but that's fine. But in the end, I've got it all ready, and I didn't even need to use all the minecarts I built. But I'm sure I'll use them for something else, like a bamboo farm once 1.20 comes out, which means wood will not be an issue anymore, and that would be kind of cool. I'll have to see how bamboo looks on the house, because there's still time to change the floor and everything. But yeah, that's probably about it for this episode. If you enjoyed it, consider leaving a like, or maybe even subscribing, and I hope to see you all in the next one. Goodbye! Oh yeah, and check out some of my other videos as well. There'll be an end screen, hopefully right here. So yeah, now to the outro.